Hello, welcome to the Bench Bros podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Yi, along with.
Chispees.
Okay, thanks for whispering for it. So we've been away for 2 weeks. You had your surgery. How'd
Oh, dude,
that
I
go?
feel I feel great, to be honest. I popped right out of anesthesia. Like,
Mm-hmm.
usually you wanna sit in what they call the PACU, which is, an acronym, PACU, Post
Mm-hmm.
Anesthesia Care Unit,
Mm-hmm.
and they usually want you there for, like, an hour. They take your, vitals, and they're like, "Alright, well, we'll have you sit in the bed for an hour." As soon as I fucking, I they took me into surgery, and they, started waking me up, and they're like, "Hey, man, you gotta start, getting better." I'm like, took 2 seconds, and I started, kinda breathing hard to just kinda, because one thing they didn't give me, which is they should, but it's a real, "Oh, you're going above and beyond as, a person or, like, a caretaker or whatever," is they have, an incentive spirometer, and what it does is you, blow into it as hard as you can, and there's a little fan that goes, "Whoop, whoop, 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 whoop," and it's supposed to encourage you to breathe hard because that anesthesia comes out via your lungs, like it's exhaled.
Yeah, it's gas,
So
right?
yeah. Well, it's gas, it's drugs, but a lot of it does go into your lungs and through because your blood gets filtered or it gets oxygenated there. So, a lot of shit gets thrown about. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, breathing hard, for a few minutes. They're like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just getting everything out." And they're like, "Oh yeah, we forgot to give you that." And I'm like, "It's fine." And then I just I popped right up and I'm like, "All right, let's go." So the first thing I did is I'm like, "Oh, I'm on pain meds, so it won't hurt." So I get I sit up a little bit and I kind of lean over the bed and I'm like, "All right, where are my clothes?" Get dressed, take a piss, and I'm out in 30 minutes. And to be honest, I didn't have really anything wrong with me. I felt so good, even the first day after. I think I only took maybe 3 out of the 9 oxys that they gave me.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, if you're on the market, I got you.
Please, that's a
In game,
joke.
in game,
For
in game,
legal
in game,
reasons,
in game,
that's a joke.
in game, in game. Catch me in Minecraft. Um.
That doesn't work.
Oh yeah, Microsoft is watching now.
No, I believe there is a kid that said he's going to kill somebody in Minecraft. And,
Oh, and they took it for realsies.
he meant it for realsies.
Oh
Yeah, so that doesn't work.
fuck, not in Minecraft. In another game.
That's what I said
Um.
for legal reasons. That's a joke.
And Call of Duty, those bullet wounds hurt. Anyway, so yeah, man. Other than just it just felt like I had done an ab workout, like a really hard one, and I was just sore. So I would get up, I didn't poop for the first 3 days, but
Hmm.
when I did, it was fine. It wasn't like I was I didn't have to ah. But I did take a stool softener because I know that I get people get backed up on opioids and all the anesthesia. So I was like, I'll just take a stool softener. It'll be cool. Now again, stool softener, not a laxative. It's a very different read.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I feel great. I still have the stuff on. Next Tuesday or Wednesday is when I go and get my stickers off because they have the cloth
Oh, your
bandages.
stickers are still on you?
Yeah, they haven't fallen off.
Oh, mine kind of went away really quickly. I went to a
What were you?
follow up for mine, and
Yeah,
the surgeon, because I had to follow up a surgeon, not a doctor, and
yeah.
he asked me how long do I want to get away from work for. I said as long as you think is reasonably possible. He's like, all right, you don't have to go to work for 2 weeks, and he wrote me a note for it.
So when did you follow up? Was it 2 weeks out, and then you followed up for another two
It
weeks?
was like a week out.
Oh, okay, so you're out of work for at least 3 weeks?
Yeah, I
Dude, they're
fucking
telling me
hated
I gotta
working
be
at
out for
Audi
another
Ants.
3 weeks. Oh, that's true. I think we've talked about Nanny Ann's before, right?
Yeah, it's a horrible place to
What's
work.
your
Don't
favorite
work there.
pretzel?
My favorite one when I worked there, probably the either depending on the day, it was either the pizza ones or the hot dog.
The hot dog.
Hmm. It's a little hot dog. You either have normal size hot dogs or like mini hot dogs, and you wrap it in pretzel.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
It's like a pig in a blanket, but pig in a pretzel.
Yeah. Now,
You
have you,
dip them in the cheese
ever
sauce, or you mix.
yeah.
Here's a neat life hack. If you get the cheese sauce and the marinara sauce, like you get the spicy cheese sauce and the marinara sauce, and you do a ratio of like 1 cup of marinara sauce to like a quarter to a half cup of the spicy cheese sauce, it makes a great dipping sauce.
Hmm, okay. It does sound pretty good. Now, have you
Also,
had the pretzel pizza from Little Caesars?
no.
Oh, it's
Also,
so bad.
I think my NDA disclosure is up for that. Uh,
Oh,
do you want to know? Even if it isn't, I don't give a fuck. No one from any ants is gonna listen to this.
I don't think anybody listens to this. If you
It's
do,
also
comment
true.
down below that I did.
Do you want to know when I was working there how much one single pretzel cost?
Isn't it like a tenth of a penny or some shit?
It is, if I remember correctly, it was zero. It was 0.0169 cents.
Jesus Christ.
And the last time I was working there, I believe one whole pretzel cost like 5.26. So you can do the math on the markup there. Our biggest expense is labor.
I was gonna say labor. So, how hard is
But
it to make pretzels?
it's not hard. Once you get the technique down, it's like muscle memory.
Right, but like, how hard is it to make? Like, Jesus Christ! I need to get a
Sh-
new chair. My fat ass
Sure,
is
die.
broken
I
this
heard that. Oh my God. I was waiting to hear that and then your fucking head hitting the floor.
Yeah, it's fine. I got my headphones on. They'll protect me.
Yeah, sure.
I'll use my head to protect my body. I just have my gallbladder. I gotta
Yeah.
protect my stomach. Uh, but like, okay, so how hard is it to make like pretzel dough?
It's not hard. It's essentially just flour, salt, sugar, and yeast.
Okay, now do you have to
And
do
then
anything special? Because
the
with yeast,
secret
I'm
to
already
get the
turned off.
browning,
Mm-hmm.
so you just let it rise for like an hour.
Just like an hour.
Yeah, it's almost like the same consistency as pizza dough. It's a little bit wetter, depending on
What do
like
you?
the humidity and stuff.
So what do you mean like wetter? Like it's just like
So
it.
the dough is a bit stickier.
Okay.
Um, so the thing is that the dough came pre-packaged like flour things. So the flour mix was already pre-packaged with like the salt and the sugar and the flour. The only thing we added was the yeast and the water.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a mixer that did it. And you just turn the mixer on twice for at one at a low speed. Another it's like 4 minutes at the low speed, 4 minutes at the second speed.
Uh huh.
And then it goes mixes itself. And you put it in a little container or you put it on the counter and you put a piece of plastic on it and you let it rise.
Mm-hmm.
And then you cut off, I think it was not 8 ounces. You cut off, I don't remember the exact weight, but we had a scale that you could weigh it. But once you got used to it, you can cut them about the same.
Just like a feel.
Same. Yeah, about the
Yeah.
same each time. And then they have a little line where when you're rolling out the dough, you go to the line, and
Mm-hmm.
then you kind of just do this hand flick twist, and you get the pretzel to do a twist.
Okay. So you
And
don't do
then,
like the where you put the rope in the water or anything?
well, I'm getting to that.
Ah, okay.
You make the pretzel shape first,
And
right?
then
And then you
okay.
dip it into the water, and all the water is warm water with baking soda.
Now what does that do? Is there like a
It gives it
chemical
that
thing?
it gives it that brown crust,
Ah.
and then you salt them, and then you put them in the oven.
Hmm. That doesn't seem hard at all.
No, it's not.
And it seems like you can make a fuck ton really quickly.
You can.
Like other than the salt, I think this isn't too bad.
Mm-mm.
So do you add like any sugar or anything to the
Mix the
mix?
dough. So when we get the mix, at least at Auntie Anne's, all the sugar, salt, and the flour are already pre-mixed in the
Okay.
bag of flour.
Okay.
Okay. So you get this big thing of flour packages, like dough mix packages, and then all you do is you cut it open. You put the strip into the side so you can count how many numbers of dough you went through at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the night, and then you uh put in the flour, you put in your water, you put in your yeast.
Okay.
You let the mixture sit for a minute so the yeast can bloom for a second, and then you turn it on.
Okay.
It's not hard. It's just really sucks and they don't pay you enough for it.
Well, it was. I mean, it
And
was minimum wage, wasn't it? And
I
they
was
were
an
like,
assistant manager and they paid me, I think,
actually,
what
so it
was
was
it?
like $12.
Yeah, $12.
Yeah,
But
that's
as an
fucking
assistant
nothing.
manager, I shouldn't have to be in the
You shouldn't be boots on the ground. You should be telling other assholes to be doing stuff.
exactly.
Yeah, but
The
wouldn't they
same thing
leave
with the
you and like one
manager.
other person?
The same thing with the manager. The manager was always also there too, like making
Jesus.
stuff. So it was like, what the fuck is the point of this?
Right, just let me franchise it and just work by myself, I guess.
Yeah, so they would normally have you with like one other person on like a weekday and maybe a second person. You have two people on a weekend.
Hmm.
So like most of the nights it was me and this other young kid, but we had it down, right? It was me and
Yeah.
this young kid. We got along great. I would at the end of the night when I closed, I'd make our last rollout, whatever, just make the last rollout,
Mhm.
break everything down, have him go do all the dishes, and
'Cause
then
you're not gonna do it. Fuck that guy, he can do
when
it.
he's doing all the dishes, I'm cleaning the whole kiosk.
Ah, okay.
So it's not like I'm sitting there doing nothing.
Well, you're the manager, he
And
can go fuck himself.
and then I sell the stuff when people come up. But then
Okay.
they move me to another kiosk inside the mall. Same mall. There's two Annie Ann's in this mall.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got, like, the one that's in the wall, and then you have the one that's, like, in the
No,
middle
there were
aisle.
two both kiosks, one at
Oh,
each ends
wow.
of the mall.
Okay. And I bet
Uh,
whoever owned those was fucking raking it in, I'm sure.
eh, on average, we would make when I was putting in the deposits, it would be anywhere from 850 to about $1,100
A day or a week?
a day.
So, $1,100. Let's say 1,000 for easy math.
Uh
You
huh.
pay somebody at minimum wage, let's say $60 a day.
Uh huh.
So 2 people, well, you're 12, so let's say 8, 12, 80, 96. Let's say 100, 160.
Mhm.
So you're down to 840.
Mhm.
And what's rent in a mall?
It's pretty expensive. I don't know what the rent cost was.
But there's no like, okay, so he's making, let's say, $7,000 a week.
Mhm.
That's 4 weeks, that's $28,000. Like, he had to have been at least pulling in at least 15 grand a
But
month.
it wasn't franchised. It was company owned.
Oh, okay. So it's all straight profit for them then.
Yeah, but they're always worried about why isn't your profit so high? Why are this so high? It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
corporate side
Yeah.
sucks, and
Yeah.
being that you don't have many people in between you and the corporate side. When I was there, before they made me assistant manager, I saw the CEO and the HR come down to fire my manager.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what for. He was a good manager.
Not good
I liked
enough?
him, but yeah, he ran both kiosks. And then they split it into two, and that was part of the reason why I left is because they were looking for another manager for that other kiosk, and then at the time I was like, I'll do it. And they're like, no. I was like, okay, well, you don't pay me enough to stay here then. And I said deuces. But yeah, they always, if you're looking for a first job, it's okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, it sucks. Corporate sucks. Normally the
Yeah.
managers suck.
Oh, I completely get it. I used to work at one of the what we called academy Walmarts. And man, if everything wasn't absolutely perfect, like it would be one of those things of like, so sometimes, so what we do, and I don't know if anybody really notices it really, but in the produce section, we have these white numbers that look like they're done in chalk. Like that's their font.
Yeah.
But on the GM side, sporting goods, it's just like the number, like it's a stencil almost. Like
Hmm.
that's a one. And if you ever flip those two, oh, you'd fucking get yelled at, and they'd get on you and be like, "Look, you this has been this way for 2 days. Nobody noticed it. You're obviously like." It was almost like a military thing where they're like, "You're undisciplined
Hmm.
because you didn't catch it, and your workers are undisciplined, which makes you twice as undisciplined because you messed up and your people aren't, and your people messed up." Like it was like, "Whoa, chill the fuck out." But they wouldn't write you up. They would just bust you down and break you down. And I used to be a manager working on both sides, and you don't have to have thick skin to work in Walmart. You really don't. Just be cool. People are gonna yell. People are gonna be assholes. People who are like, "I work at Walmart and it's hard." It's not that hard.
No, but I can see the customers being hard to deal
Oh yeah, well they
with.
suck. But what you
Be-
do is you get a customer or you get a manager, and then the manager deals with it.
yeah, but when you're the manager,
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I've had food thrown at me.
Yeah.
I've had people try to fight me. Towards the
I wouldn't
end,
say fight.
no, I've had
Yeah.
people try to fight me. I can't do that in
No.
the fucking middle of my job, in the middle of a fucking mall.
Yeah, I've had people
Um,
say they're gonna wait for me outside, but they've never been there.
yeah, I'm good luck, buddy.
I got lucky.
Uh, Towards the end, when I didn't care, I kind of just gave him lip back. I think I called one woman who threw cheese sauce at me the C word one time. See you next Tuesday, and told her to get the hell out.
A Kathy?
No, I called her a cunt.
The Australian word for friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else am I gonna do?
I don't know. It's just fuck it. You're gonna quit anyway.
Yeah, like that was probably like a month before I quit, and then before that, some lady was waiting for pretzels, and she told me to hurry my fat ass up, and I turned around, and I looked at her, and she was like twice the size of me, and I told her to look in a mirror for once in her life, and that shut her down really quick.
Oh man. Jeez, you should have asked her when the last time she saw her vagina was.
No, I wasn't that fucking ruthless.
You
Because
still
they
had to come back to work for the next 6
Well,
days.
because they have microphones in the kiosks to listen to you.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah,
Oh man.
because they want to know if you're promoting the thing that they want you to promote.
Oh yeah, we have the new pizza pretzel, whatever.
We have the new peach lemonade. Do you have our mobile
Yeah,
app? That sort of thing.
yeah. Oh my god.
So yeah. I don't know if they heard that one, but the next day I told my manager about it. She wasn't happy about it, but she also kind of couldn't take contain her laughter
Right.
because it kind of was hilarious in hindsight.
Jesus, the elephant calling the walrus fat. That's
I was
nice.
like, "Are you
Like,
serious right now?" It was busy. I wasn't having it. Because on Sundays, right, you have to work the whole day you have to work the whole shift, right? I open it to close.
Yeah.
But I would have Monday off.
Mm.
So I believe it was a Sunday because Sundays are the days that my patience worse than there.
Because it's Lord's Day.
Oh my God. Guys were so busy for that mall. The mall closed early. Everybody decided to go on a Sunday.
Yeah.
They always made me work closings unless it was delivery day on Thursdays. Then I had to open, and the day before I had to close and shift. It was fucking awful. But the one times that it was like a Thursday and I wasn't feeling like it, and they gave me
Yeah.
somebody decent, I'd say I'd fuck off into the office and just say I'm gonna go clean the office. And 90% of the time it was me sitting in the chair, just like moving things off the shelves, wiping the shelf, and then wiping the fridge for like 2 hours, and then I go back for like the last 2 hours of my shift, and
And be like, all
uh,
right, you did a good job on your own. You'll make
yeah,
management one day, kid.
or just call me if you need my help.
Yeah. And he never did. That poor kid was. He's probably talked to his other friends like, "Yo, this fucking manager just fucks around in the back room all day."
I didn't do it all the time. It's just when I wasn't feeling it. I didn't do it often. I did it maybe like once a month.
Hey, man, are you trying to convince me or yourself? Like,
No, I knew what I was doing. I don't know. I only did it maybe once a month, so
mm,
I don't care. They
yeah,
didn't pay me enough to care.
that's very fair. And everybody out there, remember that they don't pay you enough to care because they can
Yeah.
pay you overtime. And if they're going to give you overtime, that means they're willing to pay you overtime price for regular pay, but they just don't have
Mm-hmm.
to.
Exactly. Know
Remember
your
that.
worth.
Yeah, and don't
Know your
stick your pen in the
minimum
company
wage. Know
ink.
your labor laws.
Oh, that's a big one. Papa John's, dude. You know about this? Papa John gets sued all the fucking time for shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Know your labor laws. Read your contracts when they hire you, and before you sign them. Read them. Get a
Yeah, it
copy of
takes
them.
two. Yeah, it
That way,
takes
if
a
they
few
try to
minutes.
change shit on you, you have your copy and you could take it to court. Most of the
Absolutely.
times, companies don't want it to go to court, and they'll make a nice settlement with you.
Mm-hmm. And on
Know
top of that,
your
just
labor.
to keep yourself safe,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of the thing is like, especially in a job like it's high. Uh, if a mistake happens, it could potentially kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't stock the shelf right at Walmart, nobody's gonna die. But if you're in construction and the policy says that you have to take the keys with you every time you get out of the car or the fucking, post hole digger or whatever the fuck you're doing, and you
Probably
don't, and
should
somebody
do it.
gets in there, right? You should always do it anyway. But if that's company policy and you don't follow company policy, and you're like, well, I didn't know, now you fucked yourself. But if
Yeah.
company policy is to leave it in there, well, when someone does get hurt, they can't be like, oh, well, you left them in there. And it's like, oh, right there, it says that you can leave them in there.
Yeah, that's what they want you to do.
Uh,
So
But again,
it's not
just
only for
be smart.
yeah, it's just to protect yourself. Know your local laws, labor
Yeah.
laws, the federal labor laws. Also, even if it's a right to work state, that it doesn't mean they can give any reason they want to fire you. They have to still have a valid reason to fire you. It
Right. They
can't
can't
be
just fire
no,
you
they
because they
can't
don't
be an
like you.
illegal reason to fire you. So, like, if you believe discrimination happened and they try to bring up the right to work thing, yeah. Also, if they're saying they're letting you go, if they tell you, I'm sorry, if they're telling you that they are firing you, but they want you to sign a paper saying they want you to quit, do not sign it. And if they
No,
try to,
never sign that.
and if they're trying to say, well, you won't get paid then, that's illegal. They have to pay you no matter what.
Yeah.
So, lawyer up. It might be expensive in the long run, but like right now, but most lawyers will work for a percentage. You can also search for a lawyer on certain portals that will help you for free. Just do the research.
And the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement.
Yeah. So like I have Morgan and Morgan here.
Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan
Yeah.
and Morgan and Morgan. Have you seen
That
that
man
video?
lives. Yeah, yeah, no, that man lives here. That's
Does
where
he?
this that's where the lawyer firm started in Florida.
Oh my god, I heard something about Florida or I read something about Florida when I saw the video. I was like, there's no way. I gotta ask him about it. But I
Also, the
completely
dude that's
forgot.
like, I love refrigerators. That guy's in Florida too.
Oh, refrigerator guy. Fuck yeah. I
They
love
started here
refrigerators.
too.
Oh, does every place have like a Morgan and Morgan? Because we have a Brown and Brown here in St. Louis.
Oh, I'm sure.
Back
It's
where,
your it's your pro it's like we'll work for you for free unless you get we'll work for free unless until you get paid or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, there's lawyers like that.
I'm trying to think of the fucking lawyers that were back home where I grew up, and there was a bunch of crazy shit happening with one lawyer that I honestly can't remember, and I don't want to mess it up. I don't know if it was him or his kid. All I know is that some people died.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
are you talking about that one lawyer who like called the police and said somebody had killed his wife and son, and it turned out it was him, and he faked the whole thing because he was like addicted to drugs and that sort of thing. He was wrapped up in a bunch of weird, crazy stuff. He came from like a family of lawyers.
Maybe? Do you
I
remember
think,
that happening in deep South Texas?
yeah, I think it was in I think it was in Texas.
I'm looking it up now. Huh. I don't know. I don't see it anywhere, but I mean, it definitely could happen. Because, like I said, there was some weird shit happening. Fun. Again, choice of lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement.
Mm-mm.
He couldn't get off, so how good was he really?
Yeah.
Oh man, but I can see that shit happening all the time. Oh, I recently got into learning how to make sushi.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Really good, actually. I thought it'd be way harder.
Yeah, it's not hard
But
once you
well,
learn like the
yeah,
technique for it.
yeah.
It's
I'm
easy to
not doing
learn,
anything crazy.
it's easy to learn, hard to master, I should say.
Yeah, cause like right now I'm just doing rolls, but like the rice balls and stuff like that really aren't that crazy. Like to make it look nice is probably the hardest part. But like last night, I made probably like 5 or 6 rolls, and it was just crab meat, cream cheese, and avocado. I think what do they
Hmm.
call that? California roll or something?
California roll doesn't have meat inside of it.
Does it not?
No.
Oh, is it? Oh, I think it's just
California roll, I think, is rice,
Oh no, yeah,
cucumber, cream cheese, avocado,
cucumber.
and that's it.
Yeah, crab salad is substituted for the crab stick. No, yeah, that's crab in it. Yeah, crab, avocado, and cucumber.
Bro, what kind of California roll are you looking at?
I don't know. I just googled California roll.
No, I guess it does.
So I made a bunch of those, and I don't know. It was
Cucumber,
cool just to like
avocado, yeah, imitation.
fuck
Okay.
about. And I made like 6 or 7 of them, and it was cool just rolling them up and stuff. Like honestly,
Did you make the rice the right way?
well, that's the thing. We didn't use the right rice, so you could tell like rice. It's like water.
Mm,
Is probably white rice is like water. There's it's all the same really, but you can
what do
kind
you
of tell
mean?
like stay with me, stay with me. That you can tell like this is like this water, but this water came from like a house. Like you can tell probably like a mineral water or not a mineral, but like spring water from probably like purified
No,
water.
not that. You just said all rice is the same.
No, no, no. I meant that it is, but it's
N-
like water. Like all water's the same. Like a spring water is the same. It's still water, but it's not purified water. But it's the same shit. It's still water. But like
Okay.
that's the difference in taste.
Yeah, water is different. Okay, but did you
Yeah.
just can you confirm for me that you said all rice is the same?
Not all. Okay. Well, I didn't mean I meant white rice.
No, you fool.
I
It
don't
is
mean
not all
all.
this. Not
I
all
know
white
it's not
rice
the
is the
same.
same.
What do you mean? It's different shapes, like, but it's not the
Different
same. That's what I'm
textures,
saying. It's this
consistencies.
just like water. That's what I'm trying to
Oh
say.
my God, I'm going to end your existence.
You're talking to me, the Mexican. Yes, I know all rice isn't the same, but white rice to me is all the same. I'll admit it. I can't tell my white rice apart. I am
You're.
racist.
I'm glad you find that hilarious. No, Japanese sushi rice is different
Yeah, it's like
than
glutinous. Is that what it's called?
your Chinese white rice. And your Thai rice, sticky rice, is different from your fucking Japanese pearl rice or yeah, all the rice is different.
So anyway, we use the long grain white rice that we have at your
Yeah,
local Walmart for.
that's the wrong rice.
Yeah, it was still sticky,
Yeah, but
and
you have to
it was
do
good.
like did you add like the vinegars and stuff to it?
Just rice vinegar. That's it, and like a bit of like the Asian seasoning that came with like the fucking kit.
Asian seasoning.
I don't know. That's what it just said. Seasoning. It came in a sushi box, so I'm guessing it's Asian
He made
based on
sushi
context.
from a box.
No, 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 no. The seasoning came in the box. The rice we already had. Like I
Okay.
got a little sushi kit because I was like, so Shelby's like, oh, you're gonna be down for like 2 to 3 weeks. Like, why don't you learn how to make sushi? And I'm like, that would be fucking awesome. And then Tears of the Kingdom came out, so then I didn't.
So you want short grain Japanese rice.
Okay. And
You want
again, what's the difference?
it's short grain Japanese rice, so it's shorter than Chinese long grain rice. You want a bottle of unseasoned rice vinegar,
Yeah.
uh, or you can buy sushi vinegar if you want. Um, if you go the just rice vinegar, you're gonna want sugar,
Sugar.
fine, yeah,
Yeah, because
fine
we were
sea
eating the
salt.
rolls last night, and we just there's something about it, and we chalked it up to the rice. So it has to be that the rice, because it's different from when you get it at a restaurant to when I was making it.
Yeah,
So
because
that's what we were guessing.
it's Japanese short grain rice that you want, not Chinese long rice.
I don't know if it was Chinese or not. I just know it was long grain.
Yeah, if it's long grain, it's probably Chinese long grain rice.
Okay, so that's the biggest thing. I just want short grain, or do I
You
need
want
like?
Japanese short grain rice.
Okay, now do you have a brand or something so I can be like, oh, that's it right there?
You want it to have a product of Japan like stamp on it.
Oh, so it has to come out the motherland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me send you the symbol. Japan.
Jesus Christ, dude, it's fucking. It's expensive, dude. Rice is the cheapest thing in the world. Why is it this expensive?
You go to the Asian, go to an Asian market.
Oh, you know what? That's what I should do.
Also,
I
where are
wonder if
you
I have one.
looking? I,
No, I was just on
sh-
like Amazon.
oh well, yeah, no wonder why it's on Amazon.
I
What do you expect, Amazon?
don't know
What?
something. God damn it, man! Every single one is like super far away. That can't be right. There has to be one Asian store closer to me or Asian market.
Well, you're also on the border of two states, so I can kind of see it being further away.
Yeah, because everything, and well, on top of that, everything is in St. Louis. So I
Just trying to
I don't know
find.
why. I looked up
So,
Asian supermarket and it gave me three different medical health centers. So that's great.
oh no,
I don't know what's going on. I don't know the correlation between
yeah,
like mental illness and sushi, but something's up.
I can't find the symbol. Normally, it's just red,
Like square
red square.
with squigglies on the side.
Well, with the
Like that's the
inside.
border.
No, it's just a red square, like on the package.
I wonder if I do have an Asian market near me, but they just
You might
don't
be able to
have
find
one.
Japanese short grain rice at Walmart. You might be able to. I don't know.
Well, they do have like a small section of it. I mean, I'm sure I could find something. Let's see. Oh, let me look on my phone because that has my home Walmart. Because that's a fucking thing. And if anybody has any tips and tricks for the rice, so Sunday, no, Saturday, we went to Shelby's cousin's house
Hmm.
and we did like a sushi party there because they're super into like, well, she's super into like Asian culture and all this stuff, and she's an artist and all that. So she's like, yeah, I make that, I make dango, and I make this thing and that thing, and I don't know. She said a bunch of words, and they had like all the seasonings for it. And legitimately, man, I thought she was sprinkling like fish food on my shit, but It's because it
Yeah,
was
it's
all in Japanese, so I couldn't read it, and all it had was a picture of a salmon,
oh, it's probably salmon flakes.
and yeah, but I couldn't read it, and it looked exactly like the way like that weird pin tin that I don't even know how to explain it. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's not bad. 2 pounds for $3. Okay, but those old soda cans used to be where you do the pull tabs.
What?
Yeah, old soda cans. You would pull it and you would like peel off like a. It would be like the flat metal plate, and
What?
then it has like the thing you grab and you pull it, and it looks like a teardrop as for a hole, and that's how you would drink out of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what she opened it. Like when she popped the top off, it was a plastic top, and then she did that, and I was like, "This is absolutely fucking fish food, and you've been lied to." And then I proceeded to pour that shit on everything because it was delicious.
yeah. Like there's like 30 different types of soy sauce too, right?
No, not even a little bit.
So
I
like
know I learned what unagi sauce was.
eel sauce is
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Well, I knew that unagi meant like eel, but I was like, unagi sauce is probably like, there's no way it's just eel sauce. Like, it's got to be something more to
It's
it.
eel sauce is just I think soy sauce that's boiled a bit and they add sugar to thicken it and it's really sweet and tasty. Um,
Hmm.
it's like another type of soy sauce. Um, well, every like Asian culture's soy sauce is different. Like the Chinese have their own, Thais have their own, Vietnamese have their
Mm.
own, Japanese
What would
have
you
their
say
own.
is the best soy sauce?
Depends on what you want in a soy sauce.
Not very salty. I think it's
So like
Kikkoman. I don't know which one that is, but
Kikkoman's
fuck
very
that is.
salty.
Oh, fuck
So
that is
like
salty.
Thai soy sauce isn't that salty. Or you can get Japanese soy sauce, which is also isn't that salty.
Okay.
Chinese soy sauce is normally the saltiest.
Cause god, dude, I fucking do that and like, my fucking
Also, low
mouth
sodium
puckers
soy
like out of my.
sauce
Yeah,
is the thing too.
yeah. Well, even the Kikkoman low sodium is still way too
Don't
fucking
don't
salty.
get Kikkoman's.
Like, yeah, but that's the only brand I know.
Dark soy sauce.
I thought all I'm stroke James Bond
Oh,
James. Fuck.
do I need to call your wife? And
The toast, I smell it. Oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I was talking about dark soy sauce.
Yeah, I thought all soy sauce was dark.
Well, yeah, it's a dark color, but dark soy sauce is a type of soy sauce. It's like a sweet soy sauce.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to make spicy mayo.
Spicy mayo is just sriracha and mayonnaise.
Yeah, but there's like the
And then
coochie sauce, the coochie
so it
mayonnaise,
it's Kewpie mayonnaise. Kewpie.
Kewpie,
Yeah,
something like yeah,
It's
Kewpie sounds right.
Japanese mayo.
Yeah, we have that, so I just need to get sriracha then.
It's sriracha, and you add a bit of is it cayenne pepper? I could be wrong.
I have some of that too.
Into it too for like flakes, or you top it with like a little bit of when you're doing your when you're doing your garnishing, you could do like a little pinch of like cayenne for
What, like flavoring or just like a smell?
garnish,
Garnish, yeah.
or you can do also paprika
Okay, I
on
like
top.
paprika. Yo, ask
Just
me how I
like
made it yesterday.
just like a little itty bitty bit.
Yeah,
How'd you make it yesterday? Tell
okay,
let me
so
guess. You used like Hellman's mayonnaise and hot sauce. Like Tapatio or something.
is that racist? It feels
No,
racist.
no, you told me you're like a Tapatio person, aren't you?
I am. I'm a tapatio man.
Yeah, see, but I'm a what's the
Uh,
other one? The
Cholula when I'm out on the town, but tapatio in the
yeah,
house.
Cholula is my go-to for like Spanish hot sauce.
Uh, well, unfortunately, I was out of hot sauce at the time, and Shelby likes we make like a buffalo wing dip thing. So she
Oh
had Frank's Red
no.
Hots, But I did have the Koopy mayonnaise, and I had Frank's Red Hot sauce, and man, it didn't
Mhm.
taste. I didn't
No,
hate it.
no.
Like it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you want Kewpie mayo, sriracha hot sauce, lime juice, and a bit of sesame oil.
Yeah, yeah, pretty good.
Uh,
Oh, we do also have pure sesame oil, and man, I don't know what's in sesame oil. Well, I guess I do, right? Sesame
it
seeds,
yeah, it's sesame
and
seeds that are
oh, I
being
love the way it smells.
yeah, it's a very strong flavor. You got to be careful with it.
Yeah, it's like the drop, little drop goes a long way.
Yeah, it's like a toasted nut flavoring.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, about half a cup of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of sriracha, 1 teaspoon of lime juice, and a third of a I'm sorry, 1/8 of a teaspoon of sesame oil, and then just blend that shit together.
what the fuck is an eighth of a teaspoon? Like 2 drops? Why even put
No,
that shit in?
well, it's a flavor.
You said a
It's so
teaspoon?
yeah, 1/8 of a teaspoon. I
A
have an eighth.
teaspoon
I
is
I
like
have an
3 milliliters.
I have an eighth of a teaspoon measuring thing.
It's 5 mils. So you're telling me you're dividing 5 by 8? That's zero point 0.4 of an ml. That's zero point 0.4 milliliter. You might as well use a fucking pipette or a syringe to like put that shit in.
No, you don't have to. They make 1/8 of a teaspoon measuring
No,
not cups, but measuring spoons.
I don't.
I have like 3 of them.
1/8 teaspoon. Why?
Because you still need it. It's for like
What are you making?
so
Fucking
a
meth
great
Heisenberg? You don't need that
no. So another
like
good thing for an eighth
calculated.
is when
Yeah.
you're making a recipe and you're
Uh-huh.
adding spices to figure out your balance level. You can go by eighths, right? Because it's so small.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good for like building recipes. So like let's say you're making like lime pepper garlic like chili flavoring or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to balance out your flavors, you can go by eighth of a teaspoons to like figure out your flavoring balance. Like I want like a quarter tablespoon of garlic powder, like a half teaspoon or tablespoon, whatever, right, of
Yeah, but that's I get,
lime.
but that would be for baking though, because with cooking you kind of get weird. Like you just let your
Well,
heart kind of go. With baking, things have to be more or less together, or it's gonna turn out weird.
I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Did you not just listen to what I said?
Yeah, recipes like baking recipes.
No, recipes are also for cooking.
Yes, but you just let your heart song with regular cooking. You
Ah,
don't just out. You're just not out there with the fucking
not when
ancestors
you're
dumping salt.
not when you're like cooking in like a restaurant thing. You don't
Oh,
let
you
your
mean
heart's content.
legitimately like
That's why I said
experimenting?
actually building a recipe.
Ah, okay. That's still who got time for that kind of shit?
That's what the head chef does.
Really?
And his like sous chefs do. Yeah.
Oh, I always thought they
That's
were
how
just
a
like
real kitchen works.
really
Yeah.
interesting. So, like, do they make their own? So, have you ever made a recipe?
Not for a kitchen, but in my own time, yeah.
Could you hit us with one of them, or is it something like weird? Like, is it like vanilla eggs?
So I make like something like a I call it it's just what is it? Salsa chicken. So basically what I do is I cut up like a chicken breast, I slice chicken breast in half and I cut it into almost like chicken like finger size things. What I'll do is I'll pan fry
Like
them.
strips?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll pan fry them with some butter in the pan or oil in the pan, normally oil.
Uh huh.
And what I'll do is I'll like blacken them
Okay.
with like salt, pepper, garlic, blackening, that kind of
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll add uh like hot chunky salsa.
Just in there with it.
And then I'll turn it down real low and I'll let it like slow
Slow
boil,
simmer.
like
Yeah.
so simmer, and the chicken gets nice and like soft and absorbs some of that salsa, and it's really nice and warm. You can like put it on nachos, eat it over rice or whatever.
Yeah.
It's something really simple. I used to eat it a lot when I worked out because it was better than just fucking chicken and broccoli.
Yeah, that shit gets old real quick. I mean, salsa really isn't that bad if you just don't add a lot
No,
of
there's
salt
like
to it.
vegetables. There's
I mean, that's really all it is.
yeah, chicken and a little bit of rice.
Hmm. So would you say that you have a pretty so would you do that for the salsa or would you just do that for chicken?
What?
So you made like this little recipe, right? Like is it do you home make the salsa or do you like you're
No,
like,
I just
"Oh,
bought store buy
Totino's is
like
okay."
a jar of salsa. I could make salsa.
No, but if it hasn't been picked by your favorite
I
Mexican, you don't
just
get it.
choose not. I just don't want to go through the process of making salsa.
It's a lot.
It really is for what you're
Yeah.
getting out of it.
Yeah. I'm more of a pico guy.
Pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo.
I'm not a huge fan of what is that? Parsley,
Cilantro?
cilantro.
Yeah. Well, some people
I
think it
think
tastes like soap.
I don't think it tastes like soap. I just think it gets overused in every
Well, yeah.
recipe.
To be honest, to me, it's
Like
more
if
of a
it
garnish.
calls for like whatever it is, like a tablespoon of chopped cilantro, I do like a quarter of that
Yeah.
because it's such a strong flavoring. Not that I don't
Yeah.
like it, I just think it's overused.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, it really is.
It
Nobody I
overpowers
know.
almost. It's like kind of
Yes.
like rice sauce, not rice vinegar, sesame oil.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful flavoring. It can easily overpower anything that you're using it, making with it.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, and I mean, like nobody uses that much that I know. Like even my grandma, who's just like fucking just chop chop chop. She'll maybe put like she'll take like a couple of like of the stems and shit, but she'll just take like the leaves off of it. She won't like leave a lot of the shit, and then she like dices it so much that like it's more about like the color and the pop in it than it is actually like you can still smell it very faintly, but it's
Hmm.
not overpowering compared to anything else. And I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, it's just a really pungent and it hits you first, so you taste it more than anything. I don't know if you ever just gone to the store and sniffed cilantro.
No, I'm not going to stores and sniffing produce.
How do you know if like some produce is good? Like, don't you sniff pineapple to make sure it's good?
No, because I'm not gonna sit there and slice a pineapple. I'll pay the extra like 30 cents for the pineapple that's already in like a container.
That's fair. But yeah, I'll go and like they had like pineapples for $1.99, and I'm like, well, someone's semen's gonna taste great. And then I grabbed it, smelled it, didn't smell good, put it right back.
Yeah, no.
So other than making salsa chicken, which honestly I don't know if you ever tried it, but ground beef just like with like regular spices. I guess they regular spices for me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You kept bringing ground beef and sofrito.
sure.
That's another thing
Sofrito?
I'll do sometimes. You don't know what sofrito is? That's
No,
probably
it's
more
a
of
different group of us.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
was just thinking about
it's
that.
us, but it's kind of us. Like we have a way of it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at it now, but I mean, it's just oh, okay. But this it's kind of what I was going to. But it's this
Mm-hmm.
minus probably like the avocado, and you just pour ground beef in it, and then from there you just have like the deliciousness, and you don't have to fuck around with your tacos. You can just put that whole bitch in, and like you have everything there.
Still want to make a what is it, barilla tacos.
Oh, the body of tacos.
Mm-hmm. Still haven't made them.
What was in those? I mean, it was really just about getting like that sauce going.
Yeah, it's let me pull it up. I have
Yeah,
it booked. Actually,
chiles, tomatoes, onion, garlic, and
I have it
spices.
bookmarked.
Oh, it's that serious, huh?
Well, I have like things bookmarked. I only like keep recipes bookmarked because I'll forget it. I'll forget that I want to make them.
Yeah,
Like I have so many things that I want to make at one point, and then I just never do.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah. I mean, it's really not that bad.
yeah, it's just
Really, it's just
making that like soup,
yeah,
like broil. It's like making like a pot roast and then putting it on a taco, kind of.
yeah.
But yeah, getting goat meat is a bit hard though.
Really, I would have thought it wouldn't be that hard because you're out in like the boonies of Florida.
Yeah, I also
I
have
would have
a
thought that would have been so easy.
Hispanic store near me where I get my chicken wings from. I could
Can
probably
you not
find goat
get?
there.
Do
I
you
haven't
like
looked for
fresh or
goat.
what?
What?
Like the chicken wings, like getting them
Yeah,
fresh or what?
they're fresh. Like they're in like the packet, like you would get from like your ground beef or your normal chicken. It's like the packet that it has like the date that it was processed and that kind of thing, the price.
Oh, so it's not like a butcher shop.
It it's not like a butcher, but they have butchered products. You know what I mean? Like I can't go to like the butcher counter and like pick out what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you
They
ever
just
been to one of those?
a butcher, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're really popular up north in New Jersey and stuff.
But that was also like deli stuff, or was it just butcher?
Both.
Okay.
Normally, if not every deli was a butcher, but every butcher was a deli
Yeah.
in a sort of way. You're normally your delis that weren't butcheries were also restaurants, but your butchers that were also delis didn't like serve food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed fucking New Jersey like deli food.
I've
You
heard
don't
good.
get that here.
No, I bet not. Well, like I don't think the sandwiches are a big thing here.
The only sandwiches that are big here are like your public sandwiches or your Cuban
Yeah.
sandwich.
I'm
But you
looking.
know,
I don't think I haven't. I don't remember the last time I went to an actual butcher shop to be like, "Yo, give me like, I want this many fajita, this many pounds of chicken seasoned," and
yeah, I
like
miss it.
I miss it too. Well, I used to barbecue like every fucking weekend, or somebody was barbecuing every weekend, so I'd go all the time.
It's good here though. For whatever reason, all the time, or St. Louis style ribs are always on sale here.
Because you're not even close to St. Louis. They're like, who's gonna buy all these St. Louis ribs? This is
Yeah,
a terrible
exactly.
business plan.
Normally, I can get like a full rack of ribs for like if I'm patient and they have for whatever reason a sale going on. You can normally get a full rack of ribs for like $10.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Anything from like 10 to $12, which is not bad. Or
Yeah,
if you go to a restaurant and you get like a rack of ribs, that's like $30.
Jesus.
Though I do want to try what is it? I've seen tech people eating Texas barbecue recently, and I wanted to try it. I've
To
never
be
had
honest, I don't know what the difference is.
Texas style barbecue.
Yeah, I don't know really like
They're
what's.
really big into like smoking Texas barbecue.
Oh, okay. So it's like the dry, smoky stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I don't think I've ever been to like an actual barbecue place here or in Texas for that matter.
there's one by me, and they have really weird hours. Let me
Is it
tell you
just
that.
they go until they sell out or what?
Well, that too.
So like, what's their deal?
Um, um, I gotta find the restaurant first. I was like, I saw San Antonio on my fucking Google thing. I'm like, why does it have me in Texas? I'm not in Texas.
Were you planning a trip or something?
No, I just typed in barbecue near me, and there's a
No, they went
place
San Antonio. Remember
there's a
the
place
Alamo, brother?
called um
Boogity boogity.
San Antonio near here, I guess, that I didn't know about. Anyways,
Oh, bruh.
um, but it was the first thing I saw because it was centered on the map.
Okay. Mm. Jesus Christ, I'm on this. Have you ever heard of Gold Belly?
That's what they are.
Gr-
I'm sorry.
That like a fucking like
That's the name of the.
machine part.
Oh, I kind of just like doxed myself. I said that was near there. Oh well, I'll bleep that out. Um,
Okay.
what was that? No, it's a
Oh,
barbecue restaurant, but their hour
Gringer. Okay. Nope, I'm wrong. It's not.
here.
I haven't. Yeah, you're gonna have to send it because I'm not finding it. But yeah, Gold
Okay.
Belly. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Nope.
Well, it's a place where you can get like things from around the country. So like there's this place in Austin called Franklin's Barbecue that's really really good. Oh, this place seems like
Jones
it's really good too.
barbecue and fish massage.
Joe's Barbecue food
Yeah.
massage.
So they're closed Monday, and they only have
Yeah,
hours for Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday,
that's interesting.
and they don't have a
Oh,
close time.
it's also good for families with the children
Mm-hmm.
with the children and kids. Yeah, well, the close sign, I guess, would just say like till sold out, but
Yeah.
usually they say that. Interesting. It's also weird that they're open like every other day.
Yeah.
Maybe it's really well. They do like
Also,
ribs. I'm guessing more than anything. You got to smoke those for like fucking 24 hours or some shit.
yeah, they've have ribs. I think I've had them once. I can't remember. It was like during COVID, so it's all a blur.
Oh, you couldn't even taste it. I get it.
No, I never had COVID.
Oh, this guy, dude. You ever... What's the thing of like,
I fucking
never
dodged
got COVID,
COVID.
never broke a bone.
Yeah. So I don't have the pain of everybody else. I fucking traveled during COVID. I flew to you like 3 different times during COVID. I traveled
Yeah.
overseas. My parents had it twice. I fucking dodged COVID. And it wasn't like I'm
Have you ever
trying
been
to
stung by
like
a bee?
oh yeah, I'm allergic to bees and wasps.
Oh, okay.
So I go into anaphylactic shock.
Okay.
Though I've been stung since I've had that happened and I didn't do go into anaphylactic shock, so it could have been just like a one-time weird thing.
Just maybe.
Well, when I had when we were in the hospital for it, we had come out and we're doing like a checkup of everything that happened with the doctor. Like my parents explained he's been
Mhm.
stung before and this never happened, and then he's been stung now and it did happen. He said one of the weird things that could have happened, and it's rare, is that if you eat like shellfish and get stung
Mhm.
within a certain period of time, you can have an allergic reaction.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that. Like that's a thing. I'm pretty sure it's a thing.
I, I don't know if that's a real thing, but it kind of stuck with
Well,
me.
like so it's like one thing it's like it's this is a poison, this is an allergen. So like all of your allergens like what do they call it? The IgE, IgM, all your antibodies and shit, they start
Okay.
going. Well, then you get stung. Well, they're like, "Oh, it's getting worse. Send everybody." So when that happens, I mean all anaphylactic shock is your body's going into overdrive to
Well,
try
my
and
throat
like
was like
attach to
closing
these.
too,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, inflammation everywhere, and that's what kills you. But yeah, it makes sense. It's like getting stung not once but twice. Like you once was to start it, and the second was to push you over the edge. That makes sense.
Okay.
I promise it's real.
Okay.
I'm not
I
not
was just
silver
like, I don't
sneakering you
know
right now.
if this. I'm like, I don't know if this is like a Florida thing where people are their doctors are well. You never know what the doctors here. They could just be random dudes in a coat. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this barbecue place looks good. I've only had them one time, and I think I had like pulled pork and maybe like a rib thing from
Mm.
them.
Hmm.
I'm just looking at. They don't have a menu that I can look at, so it's like, what the fuck do I do?
Well, I mean, they probably have regular stuff like I don't know, regular stuff.
Well, on
You know,
on the well, they
briskets. It's about all I can think of right now.
I don't
Chicken,
know. Somebody took a picture
rib,
of their fillet. Looks really good.
their fillet, like fish,
No, like their
or you
steak,
mean
like a
the filet mignon?
yeah.
If you don't add the mignon, then what's the point, dude? Like, how do you say Sauvignon Blanc?
Huh?
How do you say the wine?
Sommelier.
No,
It's,
Sauvignon Blanc.
yeah, it's a sommelier. Are you talking about
Yeah,
the
sure.
people who like
The wine. I don't know. It's a type of
taste
wine.
wine, like a wine taster? Oh, a type of wine.
Yeah, it's called the Sauvignon Blanc, and it's supposed to be like a white wine. But
I don't
Shelby and I
know. I
just
don't
yell at
drink
each other in
wine.
the aisle, Sauvignon Blanc,
I don't know. I
and
don't
that's what
drink
keeps me
wine.
going. Nah, dude, it's gross. Unless you get
Yeah,
the ones that are like only sugar, like just juice
yeah.
and
You know,
alcohol.
there's a drink in I don't know if you know sangria.
Yeah, no sangria. It's just like
Okay, so
juice,
well, yeah, well, it's wine
juice wine. Yeah,
with juice in it and like
yeah,
fruit.
yeah.
That's the only type of wine I've ever had.
So it's a very it's really like fruit wine or whatever you call it,
Yeah,
I
like
guess.
I've have had red wine and it's just tastes like I've stepped like drank like what's the best way to describe it? I drink
A
n-
mojito.
no, it's like I drink it's like makes my mouth dry when I drink it. So it's like it makes no sense.
Oh yeah, it's like a drier wine. It's like a dry. I don't know
It's
how
like
they do it.
it's like how I drink air,
Yeah, you
but it
drink it and
tastes
then
bad.
immediately and it's not like moonshine where it sucks the water out. It just dries everything up. Like
Hmm
it evaporated. It didn't get sucked.
White wine is a little bit better, but even then,
So the reason why is because wine drinkers perceive astringency when tannins and salivary proteins interact, aggregate, and precipitate, which makes the mouth less lubricated.
there's only like 5 words in there that I knew,
Okay, so anyway,
and that's
so
saying
what?
that's something for me.
Yeah, so the wine interacts with your saliva and the shit in there, and it
Hmm
like clumps it, so it's no longer this like smooth, drawn out saliva. It's now like clumped and hard, like it's dried up. It's dried
That
up the actual saliva.
that's weird.
Yeah, well, hey man, that's life. I don't know what to tell you. It comes at you fast. Oh, apparently Colgate has a article on why mouth dry after alcohol.
Why mouth dry after alcohol? Great, great
How do you
article,
when
Colgate.
you Google things? Well, I googled why mouth dry after alcohol.
Oh, that's from you. That makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, you think Colgate's out here like? Ooh. Did you know Colgate in Spanish is to like hang yourself? Colgate. It's like I don't know. It's like a trying to make sure that I'm right here. Colgar. So colgar. Colgate. It's like slang for it, but it's like that's what everybody hears. They're like, what?
I
But
just
yeah,
know
yeah.
Colgate
Just
as a toothpaste.
no. I tell people to go hang themselves early in the morning when when their breath smells. It doubles
Is
as an
that what that
insult.
means?
And what?
Colgate?
Colgate? Yeah.
It means go hang yourself?
Well, colgar means hang.
Oh,
So it's like colgate, like go hang yourself.
that's
It's one of those fun things like
so.
where like
If
the
Colgate's
translation
in
doesn't really help.
Spanish, you get Colgate in Mexico. Do the people just looking at this like really confused? Like, why is this toothpaste telling me to go hang myself?
Pretty much, like, and that's the same thing with like I don't know if you've heard of the Chevy cars, you know.
Yeah, I know what a Chevy
Uh,
is.
do you remember the Chevy Nova?
Yeah,
Yeah, in Spanish, Nova is no va. So
isn't that?
no as in no and va go. So it no go. You get the Chevy no go.
Oh,
So that also did not sell very well down there. It's just little fun things like that. But they still do have like Colgate in Spanish or like in Mexico and stuff. And everybody laughs. Did you know about the Ajax tagline? I don't know how we got here.
yeah. You know, Ajax was like a Greek mythological figure, warrior.
Yeah. Well, it's stronger than all of Greece, I think was the thing.
I think he's the one that killed.
Achilles.
Yes.
Oh, good. Fuck that pretty boy. He deserved to get taken down a peg.
Well, the story of Achilles is that his mother dipped him in the river Styx by
And the
and held
dumb
him by
bitch
his
didn't.
ankle.
Yeah, just switch like okay, and then switch over.
And
Like, was double dipping really that frowned upon back then? Where somebody at the other side
well, I think you
of
can
the
only
river
do.
going, "Ew,
I think
gross!
the
You
thing
double
is
dipped your kid."
because the river Styx can pull your soul out of your body. I think that's why.
So then, why didn't she just put her fingies in there with the kid?
I
Was she
don't know.
scared?
Because you
Like,
need to have a part of yourself that anchors you to the material like world.
oh, okay, that makes sense then.
And so the ankle was his weak point.
It feels like a lot of retroactive. What do you call that? Retro canon, but yeah.
Oh,
What do you call it stuff? Retro arc, retro something.
fuck, you made me forget the word.
That's all I'm here for, baby.
Oh, what is it?
Retract.
Not retract.
Ret-
Fuck.
Dude, my Mercury is in retrograde. Retroactively.
Yeah, it means the same thing as like retroactively, but there's a different word for it when you're talking about stories.
Retroactively in stories. I don't know. It's gonna fucking eat you alive. I can feel it.
Yeah, I'm fucking you know, like in Sherlock how he has his mind palace. I'm like digging through the files right now, trying to remember the word.
If
Like
you
it's
made it this
there,
far.
and the word, like the letters are like floating around in my head.
Oh shit. God damn it.
Your fucking chair.
Oh. Oh my god.
Fuck. I have a computer in front of me. I'm not even using it.
No, you're in your mind palace. You don't need a computer. Oh shit.
Marvel does it all the time, and so does Disney and Star Wars,
Yeah. Or they just go back and they're like, well, you know that
and they
scene that
change
was
it.
left open? Yeah. Oh my god. Ooh, I think we got something good. Oh wow. Let's see.
Oh.
So while you're freaking out, um the Oakland Athletics, some guy who I guess they're broadcaster. He
Hmm.
was talking about, you know how back in the day they used the name of the baseball team for anybody who wasn't white was the Negro League. Well, apparently he tried saying it and it didn't come out that N word.
Oh no.
So he got,
Did he
I
use the
think
hard R?
I don't know. I'm reading now. Oh, hold up. Oh, he did. Oh, he
Rut,
did. Oh, I just saw the
raggy.
video. You can tell he's really trying. Like he really, I don't know if he really meant to or not, but oh, that's a. You can't
Can
say
you
words like that if you aren't 100% like practicing in the mirror. Like
even
with
if
me,
you
I practice mirror in the mirror, and it still doesn't help.
yeah, then you can't say mirror right. Same thing with milk.
Is it like MILF? MILF milk.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah.
you
So I
said
just gotta think of
milk.
yeah, melt.
No.
I don't even pronounce the K. It's just ML to me.
You say like MEL.
That's it. Melt. Melt.
Oh, I'm stuck on that word still.
It's me, man. I'm a little mind ninja. I'm just in there leaving traps and shit. You're gonna wake up at 2 o'clock in the
Holy
morning calling me.
cannon.
What is
Retcon.
retcon? Oh yeah. uh
I knew it
well,
was
you
in
know
there
what? I
somewhere.
probably could have helped you because I've been staring at this screen and it says retroactive continuity.
Yeah.
So it's retcon.
Oh my god.
Just remember, I could have helped you this whole time, and and I didn't because I didn't know what
Oh,
we were
I'm
looking
glad
for.
I at least remembered it.
Yeah. Oh man, I was really hoping this was gonna be another like 10 minutes.
Oh, editing this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, you're just gonna be screaming at yourself. It's retcon. It's retcon. Oh, I'm sure somebody's commented it like 4 times. If you comment the word retcon, you'll get an exclusive Chispees like on your on your comment.
And you get an exclusively fucking thumbs down.
Oh my god. When you Google stuff, like how do
Hmm.
you Google stuff?
Like, what do you mean?
Like so for like how would you Google why like your mouth being dry after drinking alcohol or like wine specifically?
I'd be like, why is my mouth dry after drinking alcohol?
So you actually do the whole thing. You don't just why mouth dry.
No, I don't type in keywords, just the keywords.
Oh. I guess you probably shouldn't because I just got diuretic and xerostomia.
Yeah,
I just had it like a second ago. Oh, here we go. Dry mouth after drinking alcohol. Colgate. There we go. They got my back still. Oh, just last night, Shelby and I got into those people that do like the little video essays and shit.
hmm.
Well, do you know like it's not a VTuber, it's like a stick figure tuber.
Oh, it's somebody who has like a little animated character
Yeah, I
as
don't
their
think it's a
uh
problem to say their name, but like Salmonella.
yeah, I know who Salmonella is.
Yeah, him. Ice cream sandwiches to a certain extent, but his is more of just like him talking
Yeah,
crazy shit.
Salmonella is he does weird little like picture animated things. Yeah, I know who
Yeah,
Salmonella is. Mostly history topics.
yeah. So I was talking to Shelby. I'm like, if I was gonna do the thing that I wanted to, I would do something like that.
Oh,
But
please
that's
don't
actually
let me.
kind of like
You got
labor intensive.
but yeah, and then I'd be the one up there having to fucking stick figure everything.
Yeah. So like people look at it and they're like, "Oh, it's simple. That's stupid." Blah blah
It's
blah.
not
Actually,
simple.
no. It's he puts a
It's
lot of
not
work.
simple.
Like that 6 minute video, like to write and produce,
Well,
and by the
he
end of
was
it,
on a
probably takes him
hiatus
like
for a while because he was in
yeah,
college. But
yeah,
even then, he maybe get like one video out like every month if you're lucky.
yeah. Well, I mean, you got to. These are probably like he has to sit there for about 8 hours, and that's if he doesn't have any help. And then he has to put it all
Yeah,
together, and like just drawing and trying to get his point across is probably a
you
whole
should.
thing.
You probably seen it. Oversimplified.
Oversimplify. I've seen the pictures, or not the picture, but the thumbnails.
Yeah, you should watch Oversimplified if you like Salmonella.
Is
And
he
you,
really like? Over? Is it truly oversimplified?
yeah.
Like to the point of comedy, or like?
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yes, okay,
It's oversimplified to a point. Like they still go into detail about some things, but they also simplify a lot of things. Um,
So he'll be like, the way I talk to you about your salivary proteins aggregating and whatnot. He's just like, yeah, and then all the spit in your mouth gets all balled up and decides to become like little Orbeez.
Yes, like that.
Ah, dude, I could be great. That was off the dome. Ah,
But
maybe
he
I should.
does like all history stuff.
Yeah,
Blue Jay's another good one.
Blue Jay.
Yeah. I can just go to my YouTube.
Oh yeah, you had me. Look at this guy,
Who?
Blue Jay. I remember
Yeah.
him now. I'm looking at his like stuff.
Blue Jay. Oversimplified. Uh, Let Me Know's a good one.
Hmm. My biggest thing is like, what do you do
What do you mean?
to so like I said, I still want to get into stuff like this, but
Oh
what do I
God.
talk about? What how does it
Side
go?
Side Quest is another good one.
Side quest?
Hmm.
But like what would you do a topic on?
What would I do a topic on? So like for a while now, I watched. You know what an iceberg is? Like an iceberg chart.
Mm-mm, absolutely not.
So you know what a tier list is, right?
Yes.
An iceberg is like the granddaddy to the tier list, but an iceberg
Hmm.
is regarding like topics. So like for example, the most popular iceberg is like the conspiracy theory iceberg, right? And so they go and it like lists the conspiracy theories from like least known to from most known to best known, being the most known being like the top portion of the iceberg, into the least known being like the deep dark under part of the iceberg. If you look at a picture, they're really popular.
Okay.
That's what I would do. It's sort of along the line of a video essay, and they're really good if you want to get into video essays. I think it's a good one because most iceberg charts that people make all come from Reddit, and they have like a Google Doc going with them, that with like links to all the things that you would talk about.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much that it's easier to pump out one of those as like if you want to get into video essays.
Okay. I'm on like icebergcharts.com and I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cause like, these are all things that are like, yeah, I've heard of those. And like, okay, I kind of heard of these, not so much. And then less and
Hmm.
less. Okay, I get it. And then they go down from, because you can, okay, I get it. For those of you who are not looking at it, it's an iceberg.
It
This
it
so
comes
much is out
from
of the water.
it comes
And
from the saying that's just the tip of the iceberg.
yeah,
If you get the
if you get idioms.
yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That could be something.
I
Just
think that's
talking
a good
about how many
starting
other things
point.
are. Yeah, because there's not too much in it, and that's an easy
And
kind of like it's already laid out
a
for
lot
you.
of the people who do them don't have, if they have a little character, they show up for like the intro,
Yeah,
or most of the time they just use like B-roll footage.
yeah. I don't know what that means.
It means just like footage you pull and you play in the background.
Hmm.
Some people do gameplay footage in the background, then show pictures and like videos on the screen.
Hmm.
It just depends on the person. Some people are on the screen for the most of the time and show pictures and video. Some people don't do the picture thing.
Hmm. That's something we can figure out if we do it. But like I said, we'll see.
God, please don't become like an animated person because I'd
Mm.
fucking kill you because I am not an animator.
No, I'm not gonna do all that. That's way too much.
I probably could figure it out.
Yeah, but I would probably do a lot of live action stuff the way Ordinary Things does theirs.
Oh, okay.
And just have like videos in the back or maybe like a small picture that's animated every so often.
Huh. You know how I hate
Uh-huh.
the word animated
Why?
because you have to go frame by frame. Each frame is point like
Ooh.
three. It's like each frame is like a third of a second. So to get like one little motion going, if you want to have a character like wave back and forth, you have point A, point B, point C, point, like if you're doing like a 4 point animation thing, three for like one thing to the side is 1 second, and that's 4 frames of different animations.
Hmm.
Most stop motion animations 24 frames a second.
Which is still a lot. Because I mean that's 24 pictures.
God forbid you're a crazy person, and do like a 60 FPS, 60 frames per second animation
Oh my god,
for
dude,
like a
people be
movie.
hooked.
I'd cry. I might actually just murder you.
Can't say I would blame you there.
I had to do, what is it, in TV production, they had us do stop motion animation for one of our projects in TV production, like my first year in it. And thank God I was already into like YouTube and stuff, and I had seen like Lego stop motion animation and had done like test films for it just to see what it's really like to go into it for the
Yeah.
pictures. And my God, that shit is time consuming.
so just so I promise I won't do that to you again. Like I said, I don't even know when the fuck I'll. If I do, like I said, I still gotta find like a topic.
You wanted to do medical things, and I said that's a good idea, but
But it's really
not
niche still.
not to pigeonhole yourself into. And that's why
Right.
I said your first one should be like medical, like weird,
Malpractice.
weird medical stories. I wouldn't say like malpractice, but like Victorian era like medical procedures.
Yeah. Oh, I could do the very first one. Oh, I guess somebody already talked about it.
Well, it doesn't matter if
Never
somebody
mind.
else already talked about it.
Oh, but they didn't talk about it the way I did.
Exactly.
It's fair.
But
Okay.
I think that's a good place to stop for today.
Yeah, this has been a good one. A lot of good laughs. Oh my fucking what do you call that? The grass cutting machine?
Lawnmower?
Yeah, it's broken.
Yeah, mine is too.
Oh, that's weird. Why is yours broken?
I told you
Oh,
already.
the carburetor?
No, I don't know. I thought it was the spark plug, but it wasn't. So I have no idea what's wrong with
Oh, okay. Yeah, my a spring in mine broke, so I can't engage the drive, like the actual deck. So I just have something to roll down to the gas station for another 6 pack.
it. Yeah, man, you'd be surprised me how much you see that here.
And then before we go, everybody look up Hose Goat. You won't be disappointed. And
Yeah,
that's about as much time as we have.
you have to send me a link for that so I can put it in the description.
Okay, hold up.
Not right this second.
Nah, I'm already doing it. Doing it.
All right. Well,
I don't know if it's right. We'll see.
we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
It's a fucking Bingling.